Welcome back, survivors. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Carnivores Triassic DLC series for a DLC to a DLC series. A lot of comments have been coming in, more than I thought I'd actually see, for replacing a certain animal in the roster with another one that Tormer had created. So I decided to do that and give you another episode of the series, just to kind of help boost numbers maybe a little bit, get some people to subscribe if they haven't, or also just to fully round out the Carnivores Triassic DLC. So when we move on to it, everybody kind of agrees we've seen enough of it. So, what animal did we pick up? We've replaced the Megalosaurus with the Erythrosuchus. Erythrosuchus? Ertyhrosuchus, I believe is pronunciation. Another species of Archosauriform reptile. With large size, huge head, and powerful jaw, it's the top deal of your hunting tour. These big predators will wait to make quick bursts at prey and will crush it with their jaws. So these guys replace the Megalosauruses. I don't know if they actually replace the AI slot, and I actually want to check in the options quickly. Density, I'm going to turn back to default. I'm even going to turn sensitivity default, because again, the Megalosauruses seem super timid when I was playing the game before, so I want to see if maybe this will make these guys a little more aggressive. And, right, radar, I don't want that on. We'll go back to oh, I still don't even have enough for the Glar. Yeah, that costs so many points. I do think maybe that's a little out there for, like, point cost for things, but if that's the case, then we'll just stock up on every other weapon we got, double ammo, see about taking a few of these guys down, showing them off in the trophy room, and just round out the Carnivores Triassic DLC series with this highly requested edition. So everything looks good, so maybe what we'll do is we'll start on Sunset Field, and then maybe hunt him on somewhere like Tatum Waste or Mafudo, just so that way he kind of blends in more with his coloration. Because the Erythrosuchus, I think, has at least two color variants. One's a fully green one, the other one is like this desert color, which does fit with Triassic's, a few of its maps. Actually, maybe I'll do Doria Wastes, because that, or no, Vertigo Range, because I think there's, yeah, it's like a half map. It's a really interesting one, so maybe we'll do that after we get it for a couple of these guys, but everything looks pretty good. Let's, actually, no, I'm gonna, before I do, yeah, let's just do full density, why not? If these guys replace the Megalosauruses, they might have the same health pool-ish, so we'll go in, see this hunt proper now. I apologize for the delay, but let's get right to it. Okay, so we're loaded in here. Just get our bearings a little bit first. We do have high density, so we could have, oh, I spotted there's a bit of color over the hill. So that's an Erythrosuchus. Definitely not as big as the Megalosaurus, although, actually, if I go with that as a scale for reference, these guys are fairly large. We'll have to see. Okay, let's see if he pops. Yeah, okay, so I think he's scared off like the Megalosaurus did. Actually, I should check. Where are we? Okay, we're going southwest, so there shouldn't be any water, so he probably did go running for quite a while. Oh, yeah, it seems like this is, I don't know what it is, but it's weird to come back to, like, a classic mod and have the animals so timid and shy. It really goes to show just how different the special edition plays of Jurassic Park Hunter Legends compared to any other Carnivores content. And then one thing, too, I have still been trying to get the special edition working properly. It's no progress on that front. It's still the exact same problem. The hunt loads, it goes in fine for about 5 minutes, and then it crashes out. I've tried everything I can think of, and I don't really have any warnings or notices pop up to let me know what it is that's kind of causing it. So I'm afraid for now we are still stuck with where we're at. We'll keep moving forward with all the other Carnivores content, but I'm kind of worried now that I won't be able to do any Modders Edition engine series until I can resolve or it can be figured out what's going on. Because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something like because of a program I installed, it changed a setting kind of permanently and it doesn't want to run anymore. But it's the same thing. No matter the map, no matter the dinosaur selection or the weapon loadout, it loads and plays fine for 5 minutes, and basically almost the exact 5-minute mark, it drops out and you're back to menu. I checked the log files that are in the folder with it, and it doesn't come up as like anything irregular. It just says, I think it says like map normal closed or something like that. Again, it's nothing like there's error to say can't locate this file or there's this message that pops up. It's just nothing, and it crashes right to desktop. Well, I shouldn't say to desktop because it does go back to the menu screen. But yeah, there's no feedback-wise to know what's happening or what's causing it. It's frustrating because I've tried a lot of stuff. I have uninstalled and reinstalled both my graphics card and my sound card. That hasn't fixed it. I've tried rolling back video drivers, DirectX, try and get that in. Everything I've tried, nothing has worked, so I don't know if it's something it doesn't want to... Okay, I have no idea where that blood trail went, so I guess I'll try calling. And nothing. Okay. I guess I should have waited a bit more and tried to... Almost seems like it is worth it to get the animals kind of provoked to coming after you, because at least then you know they'll get multiple chances to get easy shots as they're rushing in. Whereas if you get them from the distance and they go running, you might only get one, possibly two. And this should be high density, so I don't know where everything is spawned in at. I guess we'll go for a little bit of a jog, try to keep our eyes out, and also try a few calls every now and then. But yeah, I'm... And then just by the magma pools again. We do not want to go in them because that hurts very, very badly to go in those. I'm actually kind of surprised on the episode where I did step in them, I managed to get out of there before I died. Like, the health or breath in the game takes a super long time to regenerate, but it can go down incredibly quickly on you. You guys won't really be able to see the bar because it's mostly hidden by my lovely face in the top right of the screen there, but that's where it will pop up if you do have something that's kind of taken away health or breath on you. Okay, it sounds like it's just up here. It sounded like a pretty faint reply, so it might be a... Oh. I thought it was a faint reply, but maybe not. Okay, so... Yeah, question is, do I just try running up to him, or is that going... You know, I'm going to try running up to him. Again, I want to provoke a fight with one. But so far, they've all been pretty timid. And just wanting to, like, run off. There we go. Okay, let's take a look at the big guy. Yeah, he's definitely not the size of a Megalosaurus, but he does feel like he might fit with the Triassic roster a little bit better. Especially the DLC roster, because, like, there's not a lot of the more generic theropod or dinosaur-looking animals for Triassic. Like, in the base game, yes, you have Liliensternus, Megalosaurus, Coelophysis, Platysaurus, but if you use a lot of the DLC animals, it feels more fitting that he is actually a replacement for Megalosaurus. Well, I think we can get one more, and then maybe what we'll do is we'll head back just to claim and make sure we've got these two to show off. And then we'll go for another hunt where it's a little bit more fitting to find one, or it feels like he matches the environment a bit better. That is a little bit of one thing with some Carnivores games and mods, is certain animals, because of their textures, really feel apart from the environment they're actually in. My prime example is just him on this map. Complete bright yellow coloring on a purple backdrop. Really stands out. I'm trying to think if there's any other animals that I can think of, like, off the top of my head that just have a color palette that completely, like, does not match a lot of the maps or some of the maps that you'll find them on. Mandibles roster, for the most part, a lot of it fit in with the rest of the map color-wise. Carnivores Plus, well, actually all the base Carnivores games are usually quite good at, I guess it is because it uses the Buryan art style, the maps and the dinos all, oh, there you are. Yeah, so this is that automatic rifle. Oh, see, he's running. Oh! He's running, but we got you right here. I am surprised that, like, for default sensitivity, some of them are very, very aware and will be a problem. Others, like the one that ran, just don't have any, like, aggressivity to them. And then this guy, just, like, dumb and deaf. Didn't seem to really pick up that we were there until I decided to blast him, and I'm pretty sure he was a lot closer than the other one. As for the other one, I am guessing it has gone well off into the water. Because these guys are carnivores or dangerous animals, they don't have the water restriction to their AI. It is possible it might have ran along the coastline, but I think more from the direction it seemed to be going. It went out for a swim and we will not see it. Although, water is kind of an interesting color for this map. Not sure if I've ever seen like a really rusty orange color before. Okay, well, again, we're going to take these guys back, and then we'll hunt them on a more fitting map for their color scheme. Okay, so we're back in the menu here. The only thing about vertigo range is I could easily spawn in the half of the map that is not really good and suited for them. So I might just do Panoramos, because I feel like that is the best matchup for his color scheme and the map. Yeah, so you know what, let's do that. Let's hop in. Do I have enough for... I do actually have enough for the golden lever action if we do this. So you know what, it's going to be a bit loud. I'll have the audio reduced a bit to help with that, but we'll take the golden lever out, try to get one or two of these guys, and then go see them in the trophy room. Everything looks good. Let's hop into this last hunt for the Triassic DLC series. Oh, we're loaded in. And we already got one. Whew. Okay, so we loaded right in to have one beside us, and thankfully, the golden lever action is a bit slow, so it really does feel like it's just a prestige weapon. Like, it took, what, 4 shots? Yeah, it looks like 4 direct shots before we were actually able to put him down. And because this doesn't have a reload, like, you can't automatically reload the weapons yourself, or even manually do it. You know what? I might actually... Yeah, I'm going to just waste these couple of shots. No, I actually got it with one. Okay, so I can reload this, and we'll have the full run of 6 again. Because, yeah, that is one of the things about just the old Carnivores and games in general, was that you could really mess yourself up if you didn't take in mind that once the thing of ammo's gone, you do have to do a reload, or it'll switch you out to a different weapon. It just goes to show you how games have come along to get some basic mechanics put back into them. Like, you actually have a way to reload the weapon before completely draining it. Yeah, we'll see if we can get one more. And then we'll be able to head back with this. And then we'll go into the trophy room and take a good look at these guys and how they measure up with the other animals that are also in the DLC. Now, the Erythrosuchus is not actually included with Triassic. I think Tormer is the one behind, like, the major parts of it. So it's a standalone mod that he's released on his ModDB site, or his page, or whatever. I'll definitely have a link to the Ertyhrosuchus DLC for you guys. But it comes in a variant that you can use for Carnivores Triassic, Carnivores... I think it's just Carnivores Plus and Triassic. I don't know if it also has 2 Plus or not. I'm not 100% sure, but I know it has at least Carnivores Plus and Triassic versions for you. And yeah, I do think it's probably best to keep the color scheme that this one has for Triassic. just because it feels like it's a little more fitting for the mod to have this colored animal in it. Okay, so it sounds like it's up over that way. Now, I might actually have to use the terrain to help me here, because, as we saw, the lever action is not the quickest weapon, and it's also not the most powerful weapon. It really is just more like a prestige thing to say you've got and you can use it. Against certain animals, it can do fairly well, but these guys are pretty tough things to deal with. So it was at least nice to hunt one successfully with this, but I don't know if I'll be able to get so lucky with a second. It all really comes down to the distance and how... basically how the matchup goes. Like, if I can get a bit of distance before it does come in at me, and it does do a few, like, little turns or curves or whatever, and it'll give me some more space to get the cycling through with the weapon. But if it just comes straight barreling for us, I think we're going to be screwed. Okay, it's up over in this really rocky stone area. Or maybe past that. Oh, there it is. And I think it's already running. God, that is still the strangest thing, is to have what are supposed to be like the most aggressive animals for the mod and some of the most dangerous, and yet they turn tail so easily. That's probably why when it comes to the classic Carnivores mods, I would highly suggest to kill the sensitivity down to nothing. Oh crap, missed a shot. Okay, this is our last one. There we go. And that uses our weapon up to nicely lead us to the trophy room. And here we are back in our trophy room to go over the entire roster again. The Scutosaurus. Again, the Ertyhrosuchus, it's not really anything super fancy, but I just like having... there's almost like a trophy quality feature to the animal. Like the antler horn things on the top. It just makes it feel like it's more fitting as something to go after, that you can kind of see some score to it. Whereas the Scutosaurus is... not really too much to them aside from weight, I guess you could really look for. Like maybe the skull shape as well. At least for the Ertyhrosuchus here, I guess you kind of argue like the shoulder spikes you'd be more after. The Sternus is probably just the size. The Platysauruses are kind of meh. The Ertyhrosaurus, maybe the sail would be like a trophy feature. Gojirasaurus is definitely the one that stands apart from everything else in the mod and DLCs. And then here's our big guys. So they are quite a bit bigger than the Gorgonops in comparison. And we still got the little guy there. Yeah, so these guys... Now, I didn't let one come and kill me, because again, I'm trying to hunt them successfully. But I could definitely see these jaws being quite a problem if they were to get close and get just on an arm or even around your torso. But yeah, it's nice to see them. They do... they mostly fit in with the colors of the other ones. There is a little bit, maybe... they need to be a bit more muted down and darker in color. But on, like, Panoramos or a nice desert map Triassic often has, they do feel quite fitting to see them on there. Yes. That brings all of our DLC for Carnivores Triassic to a close here. Again, I don't think I'll be doing super long series when it comes to DLCs. I feel like because a lot of the times it's either same weapons or same maps, it's best probably just to keep the points, and that way I can more readily show you guys stuff, than slowly having to grind repeated content over and over again. But we'll end off looking at these two right here. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this series on Carnivores Triassic DLC. If you are looking for links for Carnivores Triassic or the Erythrosuchus DLC, they are right down in the description. You can head over to those links and go pick them up for yourselves. And that, yeah, brings us to a close. The poll for the next Carnivores content is out on the channel. I'll be watching to see what will be the big winner there. There's quite a few big names from requests and stuff that's come in, so we'll see what goes next. And everything's looking pretty good. So thank you guys for watching the video as always. If you did like it, be sure to give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed already to the channel, please think about doing so. Every little step helps towards that first 1,000 mark, and I think if we can hit that and we get into streaming, the channel will really accelerate in its growth, and we'll see where we can go with it. But until I do see you in the next video, survivors, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.